Day 4, I think I'm on the day 4. Day 4. Maybe I can check the church, or I don't know. We can start with the church. It's 7 a.m. Just to do this quickly.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Shoot.
What do you see inside the church?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me, right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw. I don't blame you. I mean, I wouldn't believe me either. I'm surprised Noid did. Andre I expected, but Noid...
What about the drug lab?
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
Good, Yurian, good. How are you, Yurian?
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
Yeah, I was out for 6 days. Misleading a cup is no joke.
I know. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise.
Thanks.
May I ask, what did you tell them? Oh, right. That's wise. Take your time. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on.
To the cops.
Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Get in a tent, then in a church.
The large-headed
Incremental progress! Yeah!
Fine, Rabbi, fine. I'll send what you sent me on Steam, by the way.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. Feels exceptional. 300 tons of pine would fit together seamlessly. It's old too, cut and carved many centuries ago.
Yeah, 99% chances I'll play it on a release date.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow. You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put the sticker in your ledger, on your ledger, shake it off your thumb and throw it in the wind. Put it in. After the last entry where it belongs.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Open the padlock with a key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
go with this. I got 1 million of these unused dots. But I wouldn't like to switch at all. Got everything I want. Finish with a tent. We'll tell them to fuck off. Starting with her. If it's the
Hello again.
Spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice friendly hyper time?
You're gonna have to live with the crab man.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Different solution. I don't want to do
Look at
it.
you, honour man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist, coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
If you drop the drug lab, it might make it easier to convince her.
Oh man, but the drug lab was like an integral part of getting the club going.
For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, imagine all the drugs we could do if we had our own drug lab. I mean, a Nordic music. outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. You heard me. Huh?
The large
Incremental
Huh?
Hi again. Goodbye, officer.
So we're now back to the church and Persuader. And I got a phone booth. And that should be it. The force is strong. Why? Because you're listening about drugs?
Yes, what is it? I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Convince her to cooperate with the Railers.
easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
I'll help you finish the project.
She thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
Is this the one?
No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle.
Okay, but still. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She's making it extra simple.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear? Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
I've been inside.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it. In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need to get the offsite copy from the ice bear.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying,
There was a note that it's moved to a safer place.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
Taken to a nearby ice cream maker.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you?
Where's
Thanks.
the ice cream maker?
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
Found the ice cream maker, couldn't get it open, it's completely frozen. Same in the basement. I need a better pry bar.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out. The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Because she's from Martinez. And people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. Yes. But she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Rame Civic. I'm not making this up.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and...
Okay, we'll find
here's
it.
my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
To Qualsund.
The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool.
That's
This
a
is
pry
Primer
bar.
version 2.0 for professionals like you.
Qualsund multi-tool. The advanced pry bar. Alright, we can open it finally. What else is close by here? A phone booth. We're gonna do that one, then we're gonna go and use the pry bar. But first this.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic
Pick up the
dome.
headset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
Yeah, it's me, Pierre.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
That's not good.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
How many days are in disco? I believe it's 10 maximum, but you can finish the game in a shorter amount of time for sure. Depends how you play, if you want to go all side quests or you just stick with the main quest. I don't even look at the quest that much, I just play. We'll see. Once I reach day 6, 7, then I might check the quests.
Her voice is drowned in white noise.
Tasks, they're not even
Sounds
quests,
like waves
tasks.
washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Put in 10 cents and dial a random number.
Calling. Still calling. Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity. No, what you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
Get your wife, Gerard.
Who is this?
It's Pierre, now put her on. I don't like waiting.
Who
the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that?
I'm the guy who's fucking your wife. Now put her on before I lose my patience.
Just tell me what's going on here. Bien, come here.
The sounds are muffled. You can make out two people, a man and a woman called Bien. They're talking to each other in agitated voices. There's a shuffle of feet. Children, maybe. Amid the howling in the wire, you make out a woman's voice with a thick Samaran accent. Girard, this is a joke. Someone is making a joke. More shouting. You're pretty sure you hear a man saying fuck several times. Then the crackle in the phone line gets violently louder, like the surf breaking.
I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna keep fucking your wife, Gerard.
What the hell are you doing? Big deal? Let's just go. I've had enough of this phone booth.
Fuck.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. The lieutenant shrugs apathetically, then walks a little. Calling, still calling, still calling.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
Yeah, but a slight change of plans. I want this delivered to the Whirling in Regs in Martinez.
Tethys. Hey! You're not Tethys. Screw you, and don't ever call here again. You're fucking with some serious people.
Disconnect to.
Are we about done with this now?
Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
What are you tired of?
Writing. I hate writing so much. But I have to get back to it.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
Dial a random number with your eyes closed.
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial, then pull down on the number, then move one up, and repeat the motion. Twice. Strange. This is not how you started before.
Keep dialing. What did I just do?
You dialed 001. This is not the area code of Revachol. It is another destination on another Isola. Some far-off nation-state. 005 is Revachol, ZOC. 001 is Grad, on the Grad Isola, where the telephone was invented. The next two digits you dial are the area code for the city of Mirova.
Keep dialing.
414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air. 1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling. Yes, 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle. The wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there. Not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion. Far away. a distant network of phones calling, calling in the night, calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Rings rattle. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that last thing.
There's someone there.
No answer. You're not sure, but you think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise.
You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say.
Call a random number.
You dial the number again. 26 pulls of the rotary dial. The machine eats the coin, and a terrifying ocean of distance rustles in your ear. In the middle of it, a familiar ring. Small, distorted, calling, calling.
Let it call.
Calling, 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 calling. It looks like she doesn't want to pick it up, Harry. Stop scaring her.
Let it ring.
Calling, calling.
Harry, please.
I need to know who you are.
Please. I'm going to hang up now, okay?
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone. You dial the number again, as you've done many times. You remember it well now. Zeros calling, 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 calling.
Fucking hell.
And calling for who knows how long, but no one answers.
Punch the phone.
The cold metal is hard and hurts your knuckles. You look at them, turning purple.
You want more money, huh? Punch the phone again.
It didn't give you any fun for that money. Your hand is turning blue now. Blood drips to the ground.
Oh, what is this?
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Yeah, rip shit apart.
Kudos.
We gain a lot. Anti-object task force. This. Blood drips from your knuckles to the sand. Drip, drip, drip. I saved here because I really believe we did all. Just let me see this.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome.
One more check.
There's a bit.
Can't call anymore. It should be it. I've been everywhere here. We need to go back. All the way back to the start.
You've checked all the.
With this. Let's go back. The whirling in rags. $11.29. Ah, yeah, we got a pry bar. We're gonna use the pry bar next. I really doubt there's anything else left. That should be it. I need to give the envelope to Eberhard. I forged it. There are fake signatures on it. We need to wash his jacket. I can wait with her. I need to buy sneakers with the speakers. That's quite expensive though, it's 50. But I need bloody money. Who the fuck the world, eh? Who are they?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Skulls. Now there's a strong organizational title.
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches, flow bears, or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
You know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A hangman.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean...
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology. A field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself. However, there is no
In Jamrock. Or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Are you a part of the skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
What makes you think they'll accept you?
chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, you get more fish in a shorter time. And for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Yes? What is?
2 of us and 2 of the jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I
This is the one. For a pry bar.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Physical instrument needs to go up. And even then it's a low chance. Better grip with gloves.
This orange machine is buzzing like ice squeaks beneath.
It's gonna take a few attempts, I guess.
This orange machine is ice groans
Nice.
and howls under the strain of your giant Gewaltsam multi-tool until the lid cracks open. Blue electric lights come to life. Inside, on a frosty platform, lies an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep. A filament memory with the words "off-site copy" written on its side. You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments tolerate room temperatures.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer upstairs.
I am curious, of course I am. Let's see. Nothing in the belly. Oh, the fridge.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside.
Good question. It looks like an I know. At least it's not.
The fridge sits.
Offside copy filament memory. And it's dark. What? I can't move without a flashlight.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework.
Let's insert the production schedule first.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place.
Press
on
play.
the keyboard, the play keys.
Print won't do a
nothing.
thing.
The
Press play.
speaker.
Good. Please repeat.
Try the password.
Good.
After live death.
The password. Good. I've unlocked the production.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's
today?
all.
Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the
Print.
framework with a quiet determination. The printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its
Read.
surface. It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished. Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor. Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists? It didn't. No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though. especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skipped work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good. The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy. It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't. No, even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor. The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again. So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here.
Yeah, how bad could it be? Oh god. Fuck that. Keep going.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Did I? Just let the numbers wash over you.
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
Must be the anomaly.
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Igaunian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day. When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached. S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore. So I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal. Her former colleagues would agree with you. She's right, actually. Nothing wrong with keeping this type of filament memory in a fridge. The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering.
Remove the production schedule.
The filament slides out of its glowing.
We're gonna insert
tiles on the cube
offside
are
copy.
still like a smooth draw. The filament
Press play.
slide. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon, please repeat.
The password.
No, that's not it.
Really?
What does she mean? That's not it. What's the password then? Maybe it's the second part of the leitmotif you saw on the stained glass window.
After that, life again.
Good. I've unlocked the offside copy. After ending the call,
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
fortress accident.
That's all.
Tiles on the cube are
Print.
it sounds like something cracks before the piece of paper starts filling up with pure black ink. Something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this.
Can I read that?
The paper is soaked with ink. Its monochrome darkness spanning from margin to margin. It's not possible to make out any information.
Examine the printout again.
A single speck of white shines out from the shade. For some reason, the printer decided to spare this one tiny dot of paper. Looks like gibberish. Better get running again.
Odd. Something is obviously broken here.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine. It sounds like something cracked. Something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this. The filament slides out of its glowing nest. The filaments you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
It ain't gonna work. Was there anything else here before I leave? I need to go to Evrart. Contact Mike. Anything with you?
Hello again, Steve.
We are. The order of things that I'll do. I'm gonna do Evrart. Then we can end these filaments and the church. And then whirling, I guess. I still need to talk to these two. And you?
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me
Trying
to
to turn
fuck
back
off
time.
again?
Can you help? Seen it, but it's gonna be short.
And uncomfortable.
Don't expect some huge DLC, alright? It will be like for one afternoon, even when you go for 100%. I guess I'm gonna wait for both DLCs to come out, then I'll play it. We'll see. I don't know.
No, I can't help you. And I'll tell you why. 'Cause you're a runt and an asshole.
And he's back to his charming old self. The lieutenant doesn't utter a word, but his face says, "I told you so." This fool is a colossal waste of time. There's no...
It's getting quickly.
Is this about the questions again? Because a warehouse? I don't know.
It's important.
She scrunches up her...
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Could remove Hobo Cup, get some new